TKO. It's been a while.
Hey guys, it's me. I'm back to cover another UFC pay-per-view, and this time I'm giving you my thoughts on UFC 280 going down in Abu Dhabi on October 22nd. We're about a month out from the card when recording, so if something stupid goes down like one of the main event fighters misses weight by 8 pounds, and the top 3 fights are shuffled around, and no one is fighting the same person, and I just wasted 5 minutes of your time, I'd just like to say sorry. But that type of stuff never happens, right? UFC 280 may very well be the best show in grappling and jiu-jitsu ever put on by the UFC. You have former and kind of reigning lightweight champion Charles Oliveira match up against Khabib Nurmagomedov. Oh wait, my bad. That's not the same guy. Are you sure? Somebody's ripping me. You mean to tell me Islam Makhachev and Khabib aren't the same guy? Could have fooled me. Another title fight goes down that night as TJ Dillashaw returns to the bantamweight division to reclaim the title he never lost. He fights the reigning and defending bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling. I have to admit I wasn't a fan of how Aljo initially won the title off the illegal knee to the head by Petr Yan, but he certainly cemented himself as champion with his rematch against him back at UFC 273. Aljo looks to put another jewel in his legacy as well as on his title as he tries to show TJ that he is the very best in the division. With a win over a former champion the caliber of Dillashaw, it will be hard to argue that. Both title fights have backup fights to ensure that the titles are defended on October 22nd. Petr Yan looks to keep his name in the title picture as he goes against Sean O'Malley. This will be a drastic step up in competition for Sean as he has not fought anyone in the top 10 by design. Sean said he didn't get paid enough to fight opponents ranked that high. I'll be honest, it's hard to argue with that logic. Sean is young and he knows he has years of fighting left, so he doesn't want to take hard fights without having the experience for those fights. Plus he's an entertainer. People know who O'Malley is and he's on in the top 10. O'Malley is a star and his fight could be his rocket ship to the bantamweight title. All he has to do is beat the number 2 bantamweight in the UFC. My head tells me to go with Petr Yan, but my heart tells me O'Malley is long, unorthodox, and ready for a challenge. TKO by O'Malley. The other backup fight is in the lightweight division with top contender Beneil Dariush facing Mateusz Gamrot. Gamrot is an absolute stud and poised for a big run in the lightweight division. Can he beat the perennial top contender Beneil Dariush and ruin Dariush's plans of becoming the number 1 contender? It's a hard pick, but Benny has been dominant for a few years now. I'm picking Dariush by split decision. Another fight to watch on this card that could steal the show is a welterweight matchup putting Belal Muhammad versus grappling expert Sean Brady. Belal has faced a who's who on top contenders in the welterweight division, and it's time now, as Chael would say, to let that ladder down and let someone else climb up into the contenders club. Sean Brady has been on a tear, going 15-0 in his career and 5-0 in the UFC. He even beat up Christina Aguilera's brother, Christian Aguilera, 3 fights ago. I'm not kidding. Look it up. Alright, back to your bantamweight title fight. Dillashaw is back in a big way, and after dismissing Corey Sandhagen in his return fight from serving a 2-year suspension, there wasn't anything you could do other than give the man his opportunity to regain the title he never lost. Dillashaw is a 2-time bantamweight champion and has all the tools to go on to become the champion again. I believe he has a dominant performance against Aljo, and he once again becomes the king at bantamweight. It's main event time. Islam looks to bring the gold back to Mother Russia, while Dubrox looks to build his legacy even larger by taking out Khabib 2.0. It's an interesting style of fight. Sambo goes against Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Can Oliveira stay away from the cage and avoid that inevitable Dagestani takedown? If it does go to the ground, can Charles avoid the top pressure and go to Islam into making a mistake and being submitted? Does Charles win the striking battle if it stays standing? This is a very interesting fight, and the fallout from a Charles Oliveira win in the lightweight division could be massive. If Oliveira wins, does that bring Khabib out of retirement to exact revenge and try to get to that coveted 30-0 Khabib's father wanted him at? This is a grappler's delight, and I can see Charles losing the first or even the second round, but coming back and submitting Islam in the later rounds. This is Charles' opportunity to submit his legacy as one of the very best to compete in the mixed martial arts. In my opinion, Khabib is not the very best because he didn't fight the best in the division and retire too young, but most everyone believes Khabib is one of the greatest of all time. If Khabib is ever going to come out of retirement, then Charles needs a solid performance on Saturday, October 22nd. Either way, Bruce Buffer will be saying, and new.
TKO.